Call to order Business, Finance, and Justice Committee agenda, January 22nd, 2026. The time is now 3 o'clock. I'd like to ask Representative Lowe to please give the invocation.
Hello, Chairman. And let us pray. Both God, Lord, thank you for bringing us here today, Lord. Throughout all of us and all of our tribal leaders here to discuss great business, Lord, and please continue to bless our great nation, Lord. I ask you to be with all the women and men serving our great country, Lord. Let us have a great meeting. Let us get home safely. Help us survive the weather this weekend. All these things I ask in your great name.
Thank you, Representative Lowe. Roll call. April Lindsey.
Sandra Golden.
Present.
James Factor.
Here.
Robert Huft.
Present.
William Lowe.
Here.
Lucian Tiger.
Present.
Chair, you got 5 present and 0 absent.
5 present, 0 absent constitutes a quorum. All business conducted to be official. Next item on the agenda will be the approval of minutes 12/11/25.
Speaker, Robert Huft. I make a
Representative
motion
Huft.
to pass with any necessary changes.
Representative Huff made a motion for a due pass. Any necessary changes? Is there a second? Second by Representative Lowe. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. The motion passed. Next item on the agenda is the order of business. PR 26-002. A tribal resolution of the Muscogee Creek Nation confirming the nomination of Janet Malin to serve on the Muscogee Loan Fund Board. Sponsors, Representative James Factor.
Chair, motion to pass.
Representative Factor made a motion for a due pass.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Good choice. Yeah.
Second.
Second by Representative Lowe. Discussion. Representative Factor.
Ms. Malin's here if anyone has any questions.
Stay po Muscogee.
Good afternoon,
Janet
Ms. Malin.
Malin, Jeho Jifkados. Muscogee Atowa, MNGE. Hello, relatives. I'm Janet Malin. I'm a citizen of the Creek Nation. I have served the Muscogee Loan Fund Board for the past 3 years, and I look forward to serving.
Thank you, Ms. Malin. Questions from the committee for Ms. Malin?
Chairman.
Representative Lowe.
Thank you, Chairman. I don't have a question. I just think Janet does a great job at the Muscogee Loan Fund, and James, thank you for sponsoring her. I think she'll be a great fit. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Lowe. Representative Cloud.
Good afternoon, Ms. Malin. I just want to say I like to echo what Representative Lowe just said. You've been great here, great asset. I worked with you in the past, and I know what you bring. And so with that, I mean, you're a hardworking gal. So I appreciate the work that you do here. So I fully sponsor you, back you on this. So thank you.
Oh.
Thank you, Representative Cloud. Griggs. Council online. And then, Ms. Malin, thank you. We'll ask you back for pre-agenda on the 31st at 9 a.m.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Roll call vote, please.
James Factor.
Yes.
Robert Huft.
Yes.
William Lowe.
Yes.
Sandra Golden. Chair, you got 4 in favor and 0 against.
4 in favor, 0 against. That motion passed. Next item on the agenda is TR 26-003. A tribal resolution of the Muscogee Creek Nation approving and authorizing the Muscogee Nation Gaming Enterprises, LLC, MNGE, Board of Directors to execute worldwide technology quote 7584169.2. Sponsors, Representative Huft.
Speaker, Robert Huft. Motion to pass.
Representative Huff made a motion for a due pass.
Second.
Second by Representative Lowe. Discussion, Representative Huff.
Speaker, I get some time to Jeff Brooks, who's online.
Mr. Brooks.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. So this purchase is for VMware, which is a cloud management infrastructure for our internal cloud here at MNGE. In recent years, they were purchased from Broadcom, and they wildly changed their pricing model. So they're a strategic partner for us. They're not really anybody that we can move away from. And we explored other options, but it was really best to stick with them. So that's the reason we're asking for the longer contract period of 5 years to incorporate about $500,000 in savings over the duration of the contract. And I'm happy to answer any other questions.
Questions from the committee? Questions from council in the audience? Any questions? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Robert Huff,
Yes.
William Lowe,
Yes.
Angel Golden,
Yes.
James Factor.
Yes.
Chair, you got 4 in favor and 0 against.
4 in favor, 0 against. That motion passed. Next item on the agenda is NCA 26-015, a law of the Muscogee Creek Nation creating MCNCA Title 14, subsection 2-636, entitled Contraband in Jails. Sponsors Representative Lowe.
Chairman, make a motion for due pass.
Representative Lowe made a motion for due pass. Second. Second by Representative Golden. Discussion, Representative Lowe.
Thank you, Chairman. Eastman, are you able to speak, or AG? Hello.
Good afternoon, National Council, BFJ Committee. What I'm going to share with you is also a fundamental part of the following amendments that are put before you today. The issue of the contraband in jails. It's been recognized for quite some time that taking any kind of contraband, weapons, drugs, or anything that is prescribed as being illegal or unauthorized in a jail has been utilized as an additional charging instrument only through the Supplemental Crimes Act. A few years back, we adopted the Supplemental Crimes Act simply because we recognized the Muscogee Creek Nation Code had not yet been completely developed as we would like to see it. So the contraband, as well as the following laws, are laws that have been well established, but we want to make them chargeable as Muscogee Creek Nation law rather than using the Supplemental Crimes Act, which would take Oklahoma state law and utilize it for the purpose of prosecution in the Office of the Attorney General.
Ms. Weisner.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, no, I just said thank you. Oh, Representative Golden, you do have a question?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Representative Golden?
Yes, thank you, Chairman. Attorney General, question that I have is that we have no jail. And so this applies to the jails where we house our inmates. That is correct. It is true, we do not have a jail. However, we have 6 contracts that we have utilized with our county partners throughout the reservation to be able to hold any inmates. This would be applicable to wherever they may be.
What kind of process?
I'm sorry.
What process? How does it work, in other words?
It is very similar to any other crime that occurs. If it is recognized in the jail that someone has contraband or is bringing in contraband into that facility, they will be arrested. A criminal petition and a report will be sent to my office, and we would file charges. Then they would move through with the arraignment and following criminal procedures as prescribed.
Come through our courts, or they go through the courts where they're
Let me back up a second. Our jails right now, the contract jails we have, are only on the Muscogee Creek Nation Reservation. So if any infraction occurred, it would be prosecuted on our reservation by my office.
I thought that we have a jail.
Okay, that might be the one exception. I was trying to, we did previously have a jail in Pawnee County that we utilized, and Seminole, just right outside of our nation's borders. But I'm saying that also recognizing Cherokee Nation, for example, utilizes a long-term jail facility in Texas. And if any infraction occurs while they are in that custody, they will be charged, and everything, all of the procedures and proceedings would take place in Texas. But for this and for us, any infraction would be taken care of in Seminole County, depending on what it is or the facts of how it's brought in. It would be, in any case where we can bring it into charge. If it were in the Seminole County Jail, which is on the Seminole Nation reservation, Seminole Nation would prosecute.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Representative Golden. Thank you, Ms. Wisner. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
William Lowe,
Yes.
Sandra Golden,
Yes.
James Factor,
Yes.
Robert Huff.
Yes.
Chair, you got 4 in favor and 0 against.
1 in favor, 0 against. That motion passed. Next item on the agenda is NCA 26-016, a law of the Muscogee Creek Nation creating Title 14, subsection 2-346, entitled Disruption or Prevention of Emergency Telephone Call, and creating Title 14, subsection 2-347, entitled Maiming. Sponsors, Representative Lowe.
Chairman, I make a motion for due pass.
Representative Lowe made a motion for a due pass. Second by Representative Golden. Discussion. Representative Lowe.
I'd like to ask AG back to the podium, please.
Yes, sir. Would you like me to just discuss?
Yes,
Yes. Similar to the previous code amendment, we would like to see the disruption or prevention of an emergency telephone call be recognized in the Muscogee Creek Nation Criminal Code. As it is right now, we do process and prosecute for these crimes, utilizing them, however, through the Supplemental Crimes Act. We would like to be able to use our own code and exercise that sovereignty in doing so. Also, recognizing the importance of this law, that many victims of violent crimes or any emergency often are in the process of reaching out for law enforcement, whether it be a call or shouting out, and whatever that may be. If that is interrupted, that is an additional crime on top of the violence that may already be occurring.
Mado, ma'am.
The questions for Ms. Wisner. Thank you, Ms. Wisner. Roll call vote, please.
William Lowe,
Yes.
Sandra Golden,
Yes.
James Factor,
Yes.
Robert Huff.
Yes.
Chair, you got 4 in favor and 0 against.
1 in favor, 0 against. That motion passed. Next item on the agenda is NCA 26-017, a law of the Muscogee Creek Nation amending MCNCA Title 14, subsection 2-303, entitled Battery. Sponsors, Representative Lowe.
Chairman, make a motion for due pass.
Representative Lowe made a motion for a due pass. Or second?
Second.
Second by Representative Factor. Discussion. Representative Lowe.
Yes, I'd like to call AG back to the podium.
Representative Lowe, this is the amendment on battery. Well, we recognized a Scrivener's error in the statutory language within the code, and we would like to see that updated so that it reads proper and effectively within our criminal code.
Mado.
Questions for Ms. Wisner? Thank you, Ms. Wisner. Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
William Lowe,
Yes.
Sandra Golden,
Yes.
James Factor,
Yes.
Robert Huff.
Yes.
Chair, you got 4 in favor and 0 against.
4 in favor, 0 against. That motion passed. Next item on the agenda is NCA 26-018. Law of the Muscogee Creek Nation authorizing the expenditure of grant funds awarded from the Oklahoma Native Assets Coalition for the benefit of the Office of the Secretary of the Nation, sponsors Representative Factor.
Chair, motion to pass.
Representative Factor made a motion for due pass. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Representative Lowe. Discussion. Representative Factor.
I'd like to ask Secretary Harjo to come up, answer any questions, if anybody has any.
Shane, good afternoon. Meadows, Representative. This grant is pretty straightforward. We've received it, I think, for 3 or 4 years running. It coincides with the nation's VITA program. So the nation operates a volunteer income tax assistance program in conjunction with the IRS to provide free tax assistance to citizens that make under, I think it's roughly $60,000 a year. ONAC is a separate organization, but they help out with financial literacy and as well as tax returns. And so they operate their own grant program in addition to VITA programs. In the years past and including this year, we've used the small grant that we get from ONAC to purchase supplies, computers, et cetera, necessary to operate the volunteer income tax assistance program.
Thank you, Secretary Harjo. Any questions for Secretary Harjo from the committee? I'm glad. Thank you, Secretary Harjo.
Yep.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
James Factor.
Yes.
Robert Huff.
Yes.
William Lowe.
Yes.
Sandra Golden.
Yes.
Chair, you got 4 in favor and 0 against.
4 in favor, 0 against. That motion passed. Next item on the agenda is NCA 26-019. A law of the Muscogee Creek Nation establishing a new Title 36, Chapter 10, entitled Vapor Products Code, sponsors Representative Factor.
Chair, make a motion to pass.
Representative Factor made a motion for a due pass. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Representative Lowe. Discussion. Representative Factor.
Chair, Mary Muscogee and some of her staff's here to explain and answer any questions.
Good afternoon, Chairman and committee. Thank you for letting us represent the Tax Commission once again. And we're bringing the vape code, which is needed. Right now, our smoke shops are selling vapes in the smoke shops, but we're only assessing a sales tax on it. So with all of the laws and as they're changing, we felt like we needed to have our own code to regulate the vapes. So this is what this is. We're just going to add it to our tax code.
Thank you. Questions from the committee? I'm glad. Figure. Thank you. Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
James Factor.
Yes.
Robert Huff.
Yes.
William Lowe.
Yes.
Sandra Golden. Chair, you got 4 in favor and 0 against.
4 in favor, 0 against. That motion passed. Next item on the agenda is NCA 26-020. The law of the Muscogee Creek Nation repealing Title 16, Chapter 5, Subchapter 3, entitled Department of Tourism and Recreation, and amending MCNCA Title 16, Chapter 11, entitled Secretary of Commerce, and creating new subchapters entitled Marketing, Tourism, and Recreation, and authorizing appropriation for the new Tourism Department. Sponsors Representative Lowe.
Chairman, make a motion for due pass.
Representative Lowe made a motion for a due pass. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Representative Factor. Discussion. Representative Lowe.
Thank you, Chairman. I'd like to ask Secretary Tim Harjo to the podium, please.
Good afternoon, Honorable Committee. Thank you for allowing Commerce to be here today. So the legislation you have before you is designed to, as a result of the growth of the nation and how we're planning for the future in terms of our marketing needs throughout the nation, we think it's in the best interest of the nation to approve the changes to the marketing department by allowing us to basically separate the functions of tourism from marketing so that the two offices could work independently, but still collaborate, of course. We think that the nation's marketing needs in terms of a clear marketing strategy based on a a well-developed marketing plan and implemented properly across and evenly and standardized across the nation is really the best way to address the needs on how the nation tells its story and also how it communicates with itself, its citizens and its community, and also those outside of the community.
Thank you, sir.
Questions for Mr. Secretary Harjo? Representative Huft?
No.
Representative Factor?
No.
Andy? Representative Golden? Can't see by the podium, I'm sorry. Representative Golden?
Thank you, sir. I have a hand up. Arjo, in here, you have that, the current, marketing and tourism budget is 175,000.
So the way we're approaching it is we would like to transfer or have authority to transfer $175,000 out of the currently approved marketing budget into the new tourism department. That's what that number represents. And the ask from the nation to help supplement the funding for the rest of the 9 months of the fiscal year would actually be about $264,000.
What I'm trying to envision is already have or what's already there.
Yes.
That's 175,000.
Right. We have a full approved marketing budget for the year in the amount of $1.5 million that was approved by the council back in last September. So as we move forward with this separation, we would like to transfer 175,000 out of that budget into the new tourism budget.
They told me to talk louder, so you talk louder too, okay?
Will do.
Okay, thank you. So what does that include? Is that salaries and?
Yes, so if we look at the org chart that we sent over in the supplemental materials for the bill, we're talking about moving out a few positions from marketing, like a special projects coordinator, special events type coordinator positions that mostly do a lot of tourism work. So those two positions plus the fringe amount for those two would move over to tourism. And so that $175,000 represents a majority of those funds to do that. So for instance,
So that's just 2 people, 3 people?
2 people, yes. So the other funds that go with that 175,000, obviously for 2 people at the rate that we're looking at, it's going to be about, for the full year, it would be about $100,000 plus their fringe. So that's another like 50% of that number. So there would be a little bit more extra. We're looking at maybe 25, 30,000 or so for additional costs for supplies and travel and those kinds of things included with them for the transfer.
Well, yeah, because I know they're maybe just those 2 people just kind of did marketing and tourism. And they also did the festival, I think.
Yeah, right now, the current staff in the marketing department are doing everything. They're doing tourism, they're doing marketing, they're doing the festival. And so because of that, what we're trying to accomplish is a greater effectiveness in the overall marketing and advertising activities for the nation. So for instance, if the staff are really just doing tourism all the time and doing the festival, so the marketing department as an umbrella entity really isn't serving the needs of the nation at that point. So for instance, a combined department can't really effectively control or align the narrative of what we want to communicate. Marketing priorities are kind of diluted, and it's no fault of the director. It's just that the marketing priorities that we have aren't really, the net result of those activities is really going to tourism and the tourism logistics. And so as a result of that, the broader kind of story of the nation is really being told consistently or strategically. So we have a lot of great things coming out of Department of Health and Education and all those other areas of the government that we're really not allowing to come out and help really tell the community our story, its own story, but also how we're interacting with third parties, how we'd like to partner. Like if we compare ourselves, and I know this is always fair to do this, but Chickasaw, they have a well-developed marketing department and they have a really good on-point message and branding. So we really want to get to that. And we think we can better do that by separating these two departments and really allowing marketing to focus on those larger umbrella issues.
And I appreciate the way that you're explaining it because I guess, like I said, trying to envision, you've got one segment and you're trying to make it
Larger.
larger to encompass everything, not just.
Absolutely.
And
Yes.
what I'm trying to get at. It's just more than the festival.
Correct.
Thank you, Representative Golden. Any other questions? Thank you, Secretary Harjo.
Thank you.
Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
William Lowe,
Yes.
Sandra Golden, James Factor,
Yes.
Robert Huft.
Yes.
Chair, you got 4 in favor and 0 against.
4 in favor, 0 against. That motion passed. Ms. Killian, funding source for NCA 26-020.
Just to verify, for the 264,939.71,
Yes, ma'am.
correct? Be economic development.
Thank you, Ms. Killian. Next item on the agenda will be NCA 26-021. The law of the Muscogee Creek Nation authorizing a supplemental appropriation for the Muscogee Creek Nation Festival fiscal year 2026 budget. Sponsors Representative Huft.
Chairman, motion to pass.
Representative Huft made a motion for a due pass. There's a second.
Second.
Second by Representative Lowe. Discussion, Representative Huft.
Like to give some time to Secretary of Commerce, Tim Harjo, please.
Floor is yours.
Okay. So again, we just talked about the festival. So for this year's coming festival for June 2026, it's the 50th anniversary. So based on our meetings with all the coordinators who typically volunteer their time for the past festivals, with our marketing department, consultation with executive leadership, we want to do something special for this year. And so because of that, we're asking for an additional $833,000 over our normal cab amount, which is usually about $780,000. So for a total amount for the festival, about $1.6 million. So I can walk through a lot of the different additions in terms of the cost that we're projecting for the festival. So for instance, in 2025, even though we have a cab amount of about $780,000, the true cost after it was all said and done was more like $1.1 million. The difference in that cost was covered by the revolving funds that the marketing department had access to over the last several years. So we use those funds to pay for that extra cost, and on average, it's about $1.1 million to conduct the festival. So when you add those numbers in, we're really only asking for an additional $500,000, and of that number, we're asking for the additional number of $300,000 over what we did last year for entertainment. And so we have some really great. We have a list of some A-list entertainment that we're looking at to bring on board, and we're hoping to get the funding fully so that we can start getting contracts awarded with that talent, so we can lock them in. I know there was some challenges over the years past on being able to do that soon enough before the deadlines and really trying to attract talent that everybody would like to see. And so that's kind of why we're kind of already behind in this, but based on the reports I'm getting, we still have some opportunity to get some A-list talent if we can get them under contract sooner rather than later. The other area of cost that really stands out for the numbers from last year over to this year would be an increase of operating expenses. Like for instance, in 2025, we had about $409,000 in operating expenses. And so we're asking for an additional $200,000 for that because of the extra printing and marketing costs, advertising costs for the festival. And so if we were to go down line by line, we'd see that what we're asking for is actually pretty reasonable considering what we're trying to accomplish with that. Sorry? So I'd be happy to answer any specific questions you may have.
Chairman Robert Huft.
Yes, Representative, go ahead.
This is our 50th year for the festival. I think that we want to do something very spectacular for the citizens and to show the other people outside our citizens that we can put on a fairly good festival. And I think we need to do that. If you go down to Chickasaw, they have a pretty big festival every year, and I think we need to, kind of up our game a little bit. But I do have one question too for Mr. Harjo. Have you worked with River Spirit Marketing Group to get entertainment signed on or anything?
Representative Huft, yes, the answer is yes. In fact, I just spoke with the marketing manager down there, Jamie Crouch, and she gave me a list of talent that they're currently talking to and looking at trying to bring on board with this potential new budget. And so she didn't want to pull the trigger yet until she had a better sense of what our budget's going to end up being. So yes, I can give, for example, I can show you or walk through some of the names, if that helps. Kind of exciting to me.
Okay, you can give us a couple of names.
For instance, I've been informed by legal counsel that's we might get ourselves in trouble contractually if we start listing those names. Just let me say this: the A-list talent. I think everybody in the room would say, "Hey, that's actually pretty good." We're getting some conversations going with some pretty decent folks out there. And the other thing is, we're trying to get talent to come and perform during the day as well, not just in the evenings. So throughout the day, having maybe some entertainment for more younger folks, and before the actual official A-list talent would start. So we're looking at that, and of course, those are expensive as well. So we're trying to make it a special event for this year.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Harjo.
Sorry.
Thank you, Representative Huff. Mr. Harjo, could you provide us the actual total budget for the 2025 festival, please? You said the numbers you believe are around 1.1 million. Is that correct?
For 2025, yes, sir.
Could you get us that breakdown for that, please?
Yes, I would ask our marketing director to come down. He has copies of the budget from the last several years, actually, that show those numbers.
Thank you. Representative. Representative Golden.
Thank you.
Be right.
For example, I have a figure comp dance. Okay, I'm sorry. These, I apologize. For example, the stomp dance, you have almost the what you had for the current budget. It's almost the same double. What are you going to be adding that's going to cost double that you had last year?
Representative Golden, you're referring to the stomp dance line item?
Mm-hmm.
So in the proposed
You're
budget,
going to have double dancers.
in the proposed budget, we're actually asking for about $1,500 over what we did last year. We're about $9,500. Does that address the question?
No, previous it was 88 and now it's 82,000.
Representative Golden, I think that's the line item for the fun fair. And that one increased because the,
Okay, sorry.
on that issue, the folks who put on the carnival, the rides, so there's this reoccurring thing that happens with them where they bill us for a 2-day event. And what ends up happening is we ask them to go ahead and do 3 days. And so we ended up paying for 3 days. Or we ended up paying, I think it was 2 days last year, but we ended up asking them to do 3 days. So we had to pay extra. So we're just front loading that for the full 3 days this year. So they're basically charging us another $88,000 to have the festival for another day. That sound right, Ryan? Our marketing director can better help me explain on that one because it is this one's a confusing one because of the nature of the fun fair. That extra day it's really kind of caused some grief with how they're pricing that out. Yeah.
And that's why I asked the question, because sometimes you just answered that an extra day sometimes costs double. If you do 2 days, it's 1 day versus the third day, and they do charge you double. So that's why I asked the question, because on some of these things, logically, it wouldn't cost that much, but some of these things will. And I'm sorry that I thought it was the stomp dance, but I'm having to put my glasses sideways because I apologize. And the rodeo is kind of like the same. How are you going? Is there double charges on some of the, like the stock that you bring in? You're going to do that extra days. That's why it's going to cost so much.
Yes. Oh, if we could let our marketing director address the first question, and then he can also address the second one. That sound fair?
Excuse me, Representative Golden, back to your question about the carnival rides. Yes, when we went from a 2-day carnival to a 3-day carnival, it did increase the prices. Happened after COVID, and so it's just kind of stabilized. So the most accurate representation of what the carnival rides cost is in that packet for Festival 2025. With regards to the rodeo for the 50th, it's looking to grow with an increased purse to draw more contestants. So it's increasing to a larger event. I believe last year was one of the largest rodeos that the festival's ever had. And at some points, the Muscogee Nation Festival has been the largest Native American festival, sanctioned Native American rodeo in the United States. We go back and forth with the Crow Nation.
I did hear some good things about the rodeo because you did it on a separate weekend, and people were saying they were happier with it because they had ample parking, and they didn't have the interference of other activities going on, and they thought it was a really good activity. So I did hear that more than once. So hats off to you guys on that. I guess, and I had been asking about this, and Mr. Harjo did answer my question on it about the dedication of the statue out there for Allie Reynolds, and it's not in this budget. And I didn't ask about a budget for it, but maybe that's something that we can put in here.
I'd be happy to answer that question. So in my regular department meeting with recreation, so we've worked out an arrangement to prepare for an official dedication of Mr. Allie Reynolds during the festival. And also we're working together to submit his name to the National Native American Hall of Fame for induction there as well this year.
And I apologize, I had not gotten with Recreation to find out about, I guess it's bronze. And so there's some cleaning that has to be done and some other things that, so I'm sure there's going to be some costs involved in that.
Yes, we're also researching the materials that need to be used on how to properly care for the bronze statue out there, because you're right, we don't want to make a mistake with that and cause any harm.
So anyway, I would appreciate to add that in there some kind of way.
We're going to do that. Thank you.
And that's all. I'm not going to ask anymore.
Thank you, Representative Golden. Any other questions? Mr. Logan, I want to thank you for having the 23, 204, and 25 expenditures. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Secretary Harjo, thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Robert Huff,
Yes.
William Lowe,
Yes.
Sandra Golden,
Yes.
James Factor.
Yes.
Chair, you got 4 in favor and 0 against.
4 in favor, 0 against. That motion passed. Ms. Killian, funding source for NCA 26-021 for $833,000.
Yes, the funding source will be economic development also.
Economic development, thank you. Deferred legislation. NCA 26-001, NCA 26-003, NCA 26-004, NCA 26-006. What would the funding sources be for those, Ms. Killian?
The funding source will be the gaming fund.
Thank you. And also NCA 26-011, funding source would be?
The Jewel Fund.
Jewel Fund. Thank you, Ms. Killian. Next item on the agenda, be other business, discussion,
Chair.
MNGE.
Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I need a motion to approve all the
Oh,
funding.
yes, we
sources.
need to make entertain a motion to approve the funding sources, please.
Chairman, I make a motion to approve all funding sources that was just stated.
Thank you, Representative Lowe. Second.
Second.
Second by Representative Golden. Discussion. Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
William Lowe,
Yes.
Sandra Golden,
Yes.
James Factor,
Yes.
Robert Huff.
Yes.
Chair, I got 4 in favor and 0 against.
4 in favor, 0 against. Those funding sources are approved. Next item on the agenda, be other business. Discussion with MNGE.
Chair,
Representative
Robert
Huff.
Huff, I make a motion to go into executive session, and all Creek citizens can stay in.
Representative Huffton made a motion to go into executive session. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Representative Golden. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. We're in executive session at 3:43. All Creek citizens can stay in. Next item on the agenda will be announcements. Do we have any announcements from the committee?
Chair, prior to planning session, if we can get here, we have 2 joint meetings with one with HEW and one with LNC. One will be at 5:30 and the other one will be at 6.
Thank you, April. Representative Huff, Representative Whitecloud, any announcements? Hearing none, entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Representative Factor made a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second by Representative Lowe. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. This time, I'd like to ask Representative Factor to please give the benediction.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us together today to do the business of the nation. Please help everyone get home safe with this weather and help everyone be safe. Please help us make the right decisions for the nation and keep up. All those things we ask in your son, Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Getting adjourned at 4:20.